Okay, so we've got this really interesting piece someone sent in about food and skin.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a global thing too, like 10 different foods
Yeah.
that are supposed to make your skin look amazing all around the world.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of our jumping off point for this deep dive.
Absolutely. I think the main thing we want to do is really look closely at those 10 foods and figure out what's going on. Like why are they being recommended? And then how can someone who's listening actually use that information to, maybe actually improve their own skin?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, just looking at this source, it's so enthusiastic about the whole thing. Like, it really gets you excited about food and all these potential benefits.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of like a little culinary world tour.
It is, yeah.
It really is.
So one thing that really jumped out at me right away was this idea that 70%
of your skin's glow comes from within.
Right.
So it's not just about what you put on your skin, but it's really emphasizing that diet plays a huge role.
Yeah, it's putting a lot of emphasis on what's happening internally.
Right.
As opposed to, just what you're putting on the surface.
Yeah, topically versus internally. And, they connect this internal glow to things like antioxidants and vitamins, omega-3 fatty acids. And it's all kind of presented as, the key to smoother skin, fewer blemishes, brighter look overall.
And those are all definitely important components for skin health. Antioxidants, for example. They basically work to neutralize these things called free radicals, which are harmful for your skin cells, and they can actually contribute to signs of aging. Omega-3 fatty acids, on the other hand, they're more like the skin's natural moisturizer. They help it stay, hydrated, elastic, and supple. And then, of course, you have vitamins, which play various roles in helping those skin cells renew and stay healthy.
Right. So you need all of those different things to get the glow going.
You do, absolutely.
Okay, so let's get to the food. So number one on the list is sweet potatoes. And specifically, they talk about sweet potatoes as they're used in Japanese and Korean beauty routines. So what's the deal with...
So the thing with sweet potatoes is that they're very high in beta-carotene.
Okay.
And as this source points out, beta-carotene gets converted in our bodies to vitamin A, which is really important for skin health.
Okay.
So it helps with skin cell turnover, which is basically the process of shedding old cells and making new ones. So that can definitely contribute to a brighter complexion. They talk about the K-pop idol glow.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's kind of a catchy image, but it really is pointing to the fact that vitamin A is a key component for vibrant skin.
Okay, cool. So next on the list is blueberries, and those are the ones from...
Blueberries are really great because they're packed with antioxidants. And antioxidants, as we were talking about before, they help protect those skin cells from damage. Things like pollution, UV rays, all sorts of things that can cause harm. So by fighting those free radicals, blueberries can contribute to skin that looks brighter and less tired.
Okay, makes sense. Now we go to Norway for salmon.
Ooh, salmon.
Which is kind of linked to this idea of a Viking god glow.
That's right.
And I think that's because of the omega-3 fatty acids.
Exactly. Omega-3s are really key for healthy skin.
Okay.
Because they help maintain the skin's barrier, which is kind of like a protective layer that keeps moisture in and keeps irritants out.
Okay.
So that's really important for keeping the skin hydrated, supple, and elastic.
Okay.
So while the Viking god thing is kind of a fun...
It's a fun image.
It is. But the science behind omega-3s for, skin hydration and flexibility is definitely there.
Okay, so next up, tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
And that one kind of focuses on lycopene.
Yeah, lycopene is a really powerful antioxidant.
Okay.
And research does suggest that it can offer some protection against sun damage.
Interesting.
But it's really important to understand that eating tomatoes is not a substitute for wearing sunscreen.
Got it.
It's not going to be enough. It might offer a little bit of extra defense.
Okay.
But you still need that proper sun protection.
Yeah.
But as far as lycopene's benefits go, the anti-aging effects and its potential to kind of minimize the appearance of pores.
Got it.
That's more likely linked to its antioxidant properties.
Got it.
So it's helping to protect those skin cells.
Makes sense.
From damage.
Okay. Avocados.
Avocados, a favorite of mine.
Yeah, those are great, all about those healthy fats and the vitamin E.
They are, and both of those are fantastic for the skin.
Okay.
Healthy fats help maintain that skin barrier that we were talking about earlier, keeping your skin feeling nice and soft and smooth.
Yeah.
And vitamin E, of course, is another powerful antioxidant that helps protect against damage, including damage from UV rays.
Okay. So, again, it's protective.
Right.
But it's not replacing sunscreen.
It's not a replacement, no.
Okay.
Got an extra layer of protection.
Yeah. Okay. And then there's green tea.
Yes, green tea.
Which
it's rich in catechins, which are antioxidant, and specifically they have anti-inflammatory properties. So that can be really helpful for reducing any kind of redness in the skin.
Okay.
And there's some research that also suggests that green tea might be helpful for boosting skin elasticity.
Interesting.
Whether you drink it or you even use it in skincare products. But more research is always being done in that area.
Okay, cool. Almonds are up next.
Almonds, yes.
And
good source of vitamin E.
Yeah. And it's all about the vitamin E and the zinc.
Exactly, which, as we've been discussing, vitamin E is really important as an antioxidant.
Yeah.
And zinc is a mineral that's really involved in a lot of different skin functions, including the production of collagen, which is the protein that gives our skin structure.
Okay.
And it's also really important in wound healing.
Okay.
So getting enough zinc is definitely important for overall skin health.
Makes sense.
And then the vitamin E comes in and helps protect against damage that can contribute to things like wrinkles.
Okay, cool. So then there's beetroot?
Beetroot. Yeah, that one's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It does contain a lot of different nutrients, iron, potassium.
Right.
And it gets that vibrant color from compounds that actually act as antioxidants.
Okay.
Now, this idea of detoxifying the blood, I think it's maybe a little simplistic.
Right.
Our bodies are really good at detoxifying themselves.
Yeah.
You know, our liver and kidneys do a really good job of that. However, the antioxidants in beetroot can definitely contribute to overall health and potentially a more radiant complexion.
Okay.
But I'm not sure there's a really strong link between iron and potassium directly and clearing blemishes. I think that would need more research.
Makes sense. Okay, now this is the one I'm really excited about. Dark chocolate.
Oh, who doesn't love dark chocolate?
Yeah, and it's specifically talking about the chocolate from Belgium and Switzerland, but it has to have at least 70% cocoa content.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Because that's where you get the flavonoids, which are really powerful antioxidants.
Okay.
And there's some research that suggests that those flavonoids can actually improve blood flow to the skin.
Interesting.
And offer some protection against UV damage.
Okay.
Which, of course, can contribute to a more youthful and radiant appearance.
Right. And I'm assuming the higher the percentage of cocoa.
The higher the percentage,
the better.
The more flavonoids you're going to get.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, turmeric.
Turmeric.
From India.
This one's been studied a lot.
Yeah.
And specifically, the active compound in turmeric, curcumin, has really powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. So that can be really beneficial for the skin. Potentially helping to calm inflammation associated with acne.
Right.
And just contributing to a clearer complexion overall.
Okay, cool. So now the source takes this interesting turn and they introduce what they call the Glow Bowl Challenge.
Oh, the Glow Bowl Challenge.
Yeah, have you heard of this?
I have heard of this.
So what they're suggesting is that you combine all 10 of these ingredients.
All 10?
Into one dish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you've got a sweet potato base.
Okay.
And then you've got avocado chunks, tomato salsa, bits of salmon.
Okay.
Blueberry topping, almond sprinkles.
Wow.
And then a turmeric drizzle.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm all for getting those nutrients.
Yeah.
And I think the Glow Bowl certainly brings together a lot of beneficial things. You know, you've got your antioxidants, your healthy fats, your vitamins and minerals all in one place.
Kind of like
it's like a concentrated dose of all these compounds we've been discussing.
Right.
But whether it's actually the most practical or even the most delicious way to get all these.
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle that.
That's another matter. I mean, you'd have to really think about how all those flavors would go together.
Yeah, for sure. But the general idea of combining nutrient-rich foods to support your skin.
I think that's a great idea. I mean, that's the core concept here.
Yeah, for sure. Now, they do talk a little bit about the science behind these claims. They mentioned that antioxidants fight those free radicals.
Right.
Omega-3s keep your skin hydrated. Vitamins aid in cell renewal.
Yeah.
And they even give some percentages.
Okay.
Like beta-carotene might reduce UV damage by 30%.
Okay.
And lycopene could slow down aging by 25%.
Yeah, I think those percentages are interesting.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to interpret them with a little bit of caution.
Okay.
Because while research might suggest those kinds of benefits, the exact impact can vary a lot from person to person.
Okay.
It depends on your individual metabolism.
Yeah.
How much of those foods you're actually eating.
Yeah.
How well you're absorbing them.
Right.
And then even just the specifics of the research studies themselves can make a difference.
Right, right.
So those numbers likely come from particular studies.
Okay.
And they might not apply to everyone in the same way. But I think what they do indicate is that these compounds do have the potential to have positive effects on your skin.
Okay, cool. So just to recap.
Okay.
We've gone over these 10 different foods from around the world that are supposed to give you that glow.
Yeah.
We've got sweet potatoes, blueberries, salmon, tomatoes, avocados, green tea, almonds, beetroot, dark chocolate.
Keep going.
So they have turmeric.
There we go.
And the source kind of links each of these foods to specific benefits.
They do.
For your skin's radiance based on the nutrients they contain.
And I think the consistent theme throughout all of them is that nourishing your body from the inside out with these foods that are rich in antioxidants, vitamins, omega-3 fatty acids can really contribute to a healthier and more radiant complexion.
Yeah, it's really highlighting that connection between what you eat and how you look.
Absolutely. And I think that's a really important takeaway because a lot of people focus so much on just what they're putting on their skin that they forget about what they're putting in their bodies.
Right. And your skin really is that visible indicator of what's happening internally.
It reflects your overall health.
Yeah, it's a good point. I think for people listening, the takeaway isn't necessarily to go and make this global right now. It's more about thinking about your own lifestyle, what you like to eat, and maybe adding in one or two of these nutrient-packed foods into your regular meals.
Yeah, just
see what
you notice a difference over time.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be...
overwhelming.
Overwhelming, no.
Yeah.
It's more about finding things that you enjoy that you can sustain.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Well, this has been really interesting.
It has.
Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And we'll be back next week with another deep dive.
Looking forward to it.